Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be like a little bit of a smorgasbord. I saw that word not for the first time, I think, but it's like the first time I've really taken note of the word. And now I can't get it out of my head. But it's like, I'll spell it. I'll put it somewhere because I apparently can't say it. So it's going to be like a little bit of everything today. So I finished Mistborn. I was in shambles. I was in shambles for about, I want to say maybe 100 pages. At the end, I was bawling my eyes out, and I wasn't even crying at the part that you think would make me cry. It was something else. It was really good. It was really good. The found family in this book is it's one of the best found families I think I have read in such a long time. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It was heartbreaking. It was heart-wrenching. I don't mean this offensively in any way, shape, or form. But when people talk about Brandon Sanderson's writing and they talk about Mistborn, I wasn't getting the impression that he was gonna like rip my heart out of my body. I didn't think he was gonna try to like disassemble me as a human being. So I was really, really taken aback and like flabbergasted at how strong of a reaction he managed to like get out of me in Mistborn. It's phenomenal. It is a phenomenal book. And I know I've said it before in like my last video, but the way that he fully immerses you in the world building, in the magic system, in the character development, I felt like I was experiencing this almost firsthand and not through the characters. It was beautiful. It was a really beautiful story. And again, I don't feel like people use that adjective when they're talking about Brandon Sanderson, but it was beautiful. And I'm so concerned about what the Well of Ascension has for me because this is just book one. And I was spiraling last night. So I'm really curious what book two will do to me. I'm also dreading it, but I already agreed. I already like signed up for a book club where they're reading The Well of Ascension, I think in March. So I can't chicken out now, but I'm so nervous. It was really good though. It was a really good book. I would really recommend it if you want to jump headfirst into a high fantasy. The magic system could be a little bit hard to follow, I do have to admit. I personally connected to Vin and to Kelsier and like the rest of the characters so much that it helped me understand the magic system. But if you don't have that connection, you might potentially need to reread a couple of parts. But I still think it's a great book. I think it's phenomenal. I'm really excited and I'm really happy that I read this. No regrets, no regrets. But that's what I finished last night. And I didn't talk about the anime that I was watching when I did my weekly update. I don't know what happened to me. I was just like a little bit like all over the place. I was kind of low energy. I'm not back up to 100%, but I'm trying to basically fake it till I make it. Because I'm pretty sure that will work if I just fake it. Eventually I'll make it, right? Because that's what the saying is. It's false advertisement if we don't make it. Anyways, so I've been watching 86. I restarted that. I watched it a while back. I think I said this to you guys. I watched it a while back after watching Attack on Titan. And I kind of like was under the illusion that it would be similar to Attack on Titan and give me the same feeling, and it didn't. So I walked away feeling a little bit let down. So I put that down and I ended up watching something else. And now I'm rewatching it and it's quite interesting. You follow the 86ers. They're part of the population that lives like outside of the 85 districts within this story, this world, right? And they are considered less than. Like as a race, as a people, they're considered less than. And then you have the Alba, who basically are like the superior race. And they all have blue eyes and white, pale skin, white hair, blah, blah, blah. But the 86 are a lot more diverse. Like none of them quite look the same. So I haven't figured out, I'm about like halfway through the first season, I guess, on Crunchyroll. So yeah, I haven't quite figured out if the 86 are, I haven't figured out if the 86 are like one specific race in this world or if it's just the people who have less. You know what I mean? Like in some worlds, it's just the people that have less that, you know, don't have the name, the nobility, whatever, to go with them, and that's why they are considered less than, and they're put in these positions where they are abused and neglected and murdered and all of that stuff. But I can't quite tell if that's the case with 86, the show. So I still have to finish watching, of course. So it is really good. It is really good when you view it from just the perspective of like it's its own show and I'm not comparing it to something else, I do think it's quite good. I'm not sure how I feel about some of the characters. Like Lena, she's the main female character, I guess, like the main Alba general, major, whatever. I don't know how I feel about her because I feel like her intentions of like wanting to be a do-gooder and like wanting to like show the 86ers that she doesn't feel like the rest of the Alba, I just feel superficial. So I don't know if like part of her character development is that that will become not superficial or if there's something else there. But yeah, like I said, I'm only halfway through the first season, so I still have quite a bit of ways to go to finding out more about the 86ers and then finding out more about the Alba and Lena specifically, but it's quite good. It is quite good. I do enjoy it. It's like a mecha type anime. It's really sad though. The Alba are telling, like the Alba government is telling the Alba people that the drones they're using in warfare are unmanned, like autonomous drones or whatever. Did I use that word right? Anyways, when in fact, it's the 86 that are manning these drones and they're basically just being used as like cannon fodder. And it's really devastating to watch, but it's quite interesting, like kind of like the family that the 86ers have built amongst their own squads in order to, you know, kind of survive. How sad, because I mean, if you're in the 86ers position, like you just have to think about the fact that everybody you know is being murdered and dying. So I just imagine like that found family that they've built, or the family that they've built, is kind of what helps them keep going when their entire existence is just that. It's really sad. It's really sad. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know where to point, but I don't know if you can tell. I'm trying to look up how to make my own book cover stickers, or book cover, like the mini ones, so I can put in my reading journal. But I also have to make my printer work. Who's gonna come help me make my printer work? Because it's been over a year and I can't get the fucking thing to connect to my laptop and print. So there's that. Anyways, so that's what I watched. I'm rewatching. And then I finished A Condition Called Love. That was cute. It was really cringy. It didn't stop being cringy at any point, but it was still cute. I do have to say, let me fix the camera really quick. Sorry, I felt like the camera was like all the way up here and I was down here and I'm like, okay, I'm short, but like the internet doesn't need to know I'm short. Mind your business. Anyways, I finished watching A Condition Called Love. It was really cute. I finished it kind of around Valentine's Day, actually. Hananoi was still quite creepy at the end of that one. He was still quite creepy. And Hotaru actually started getting on my nerves. Because, like, I understand that she's supposed to be, like, naive and gullible and, like, kind of new to love. But, like, girl, get with the program. He's confessing his love to you. At every turn, he is showing you that he loves you. Get it together before you lose a good man. I was a little bit stressed out. She was stressing me out a little bit. But I ended up really enjoying the show. I did. Again, it is one of those, like, it's meant to be cringy, I think. Like, please don't go into this if you do watch it. Please don't watch it thinking it's going to be, like, anything but cringy. It's cringy, but like in a very endearing way. So yeah, I like that one. I kind of want to see if I can find something else similar to that, because watching 86 is like really sad. And then I'm kind of reading like heavy hitting books at the same time. So I'm trying to like put in like palate cleansers here and there, so that I don't just end up in the corner crying to myself at the end of the day. Because that could very well happen. I mean, at this point in my life, that could very well happen. Oh, and then I started rewatching Black Clover. All right, here's my thing with Black Clover. I love Asta. I don't remember what the white-haired girl's name is. I can never remember her name, but she's the one that does like all the water and stuff like that. She's cool. She's fine. Sometimes she's kind of annoying me. So this is my thing. When the first time I tried to watch Black Clover, I couldn't get past like, I want to say it's the first season, but it's not the first season, because I know that's not how they refer to it when they're talking about like manga and stuff. But like if you go to Crunchyroll, or if you go to like Netflix or something, wherever they show it, it's the first season. And it has to do with like the elves and stuff like that. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I definitely understand that that arc was kind of like laying the groundwork. But the only time I was interested in the show is when Asta was like raging the fuck out. So like, I don't know. I'm trying. I restarted it from the beginning. I'm going to really try to give it like my full attention. And I know, I kind of remember what happens in the whole like elf takeover arc thing. So I'm gonna really try to give Black Clover another chance, because I have heard it's really good. And it kind of seems to be like one of those anime that people are like, well, if you haven't watched Black Clover, you're not a real anime watcher. Which, like, I don't care. But also, I want to watch it. Like, I want want to see if I like it past that arc, because I like Asta. I don't like because he's really mean to Asta, and I don't understand why. You guys grew up together. You're like brothers. He saved you from that dude that was trying to rob your necklace. Why are you being so mean to him all the time? Rubs me the wrong way. Let me say that. But I want to try watching the show. I really do. So I'm gonna give it another go. I'm gonna watch it from the beginning, even though I really don't want to. And we're gonna see how far I get. Cause I saw this edit like a year or so back of Asta, and a part of me wanted to like look it up and see like if I could find that specific episode and just watch it, right? Because I like the edit. But then I was like, no, you are gonna watch the show like every other normal human being watches TV shows. And now here we are, a year later, restarting Black Clover. So I better get to that edit real fast. That better be at like the first episode of season 2. Because I'm gonna be a little pissed if it's not. But we're gonna try that. So those are the shows that I'm watching. And I finished Mistborn, like I told y'all. I also wanted to show you some of my new books. I got some new books. So I did get mail from Orbit. And this is called Third Rule of Time Travel by Philip Fracassi. I'm not sure how to say that. But this is from Orbit, and I'm really excited. They like sent this to me. So I'm excited to read it. I believe it's a sci-fi. It says, Rule 1, you can only travel to a point within your lifetime. Rule 2, you can only travel for 90 seconds. Rule 3, you can only observe. The rules cannot be broken. In this electrifying science fiction thriller from acclaimed author Philip Fracassi, a scientist has unlocked the mysteries of time travel. This is not the story you think you know, and the rules are only the the rules are only the beginning. I just cut off talking. I'm not good at this. I'm excited for this, and it's really not that long. Okay, yes. Thank you, Orbit, so much for this. I'm definitely going to read this very soon. I've been kind of like wanting a sci-fi, especially after having to DNF Project Hail Mary. Not because I didn't like it, I just like couldn't get into it for some reason. So I'm going to go back to it. But I have been looking for another sci-fi to read because I do like having sci-fi here and there between the fantasy. So, and then I ordered from Blackwell's. I got Immortal because they have the paperback in the UK. And in the US, we don't. It's okay, everything's fine. And I'm a paperback girly. I don't mind hardcovers too much, but I do prefer paperback because, I like to bust them wide open. I know that triggers some people, so I'm not going to do it. But I got Immortal. I watched Tammy's review. I will link it below so you can see it. But I think her name is Tammy Clark, and she did a review of Immortal. And I don't know. I trust her reviews, and the way she talked about it made me want to read it, so I got it. But I also got Daughter of the Moon Goddess by the same author. Why are they not the same size? God, can the US do anything correctly? It's fine. It's fine. So I got Daughter of the Moon Goddess. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is YA and this is adult, or vice versa. I don't know. But I think this is a standalone. If I remember correctly, this is a standalone. So I'm really excited for these two. And they're really pretty. Like, they're gorgeous covers. My goodness. I think that the UK covers that I saw on Blackwell's for Daughter of the Moon Goddess, I think that those are even nicer. But I couldn't justify like ordering more books from Blackwell's because I did order something else too. You'll see. And then I got Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I absolutely love Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I still have to finish the third book, Dreams of Gods and Monsters. There we go. So I have to finish the third book, but I just can't remember who was talking about it, if I'm being 100% honest. But I was watching BookTube, and that book reviewer was talking about Strange the Dreamer. And again, they made it sound really good. And then I read the back, and I was like, yes. And again, I like Laini Taylor's writing, so that also kind of pushed me in that direction. And then look at this. So I went to Heartleaf. I went to Heartleaf Books, which is out here in Providence, where I live. And I got Piranesi from them, plus another book, a couple other books. And I don't know what happened in the car, but I think maybe like the floor was wet or something. So there's like a little bit of water damage, which is fine. It doesn't bother me that much, but it just bothers me because I didn't even get to read it first, which is fine. But yeah, I got Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I've heard that this is really good. And it kind of, based on like the synopsis on the back and the way people talk about the story itself, it gives me the vibe of like, that like optical illusion where it's the stairs, and it looks like the stairs are going up, but like there's no beginning and there's no end. I don't know if I explained that well. I'll see if I can find a picture and put it up here because I know I sound crazy. But that's the impression that the book is giving me. So I'm really excited to read it. This is the other one that got a little bit of water damage. I also got Legendborn. Everybody and their mother is talking about this book. I think the third one comes out in March, if I'm not mistaken. And everybody's reading it, probably because Black History Month. But even before then, a lot of people were talking about Legendborn. So I want to read it. My only, the only thing I'm worried about is the fact that the characters are like 16. Yeah, it says Brie Matthews, 16-year-old. So, that's the only thing. Sometimes, like, I prefer if they don't tell me how old the characters are, because then whatever they read as is whatever I'm going to, like, take them for, you know? But if you tell me that they're 16, sometimes I kind of, like, create, like, a bias in my brain, which I need to fix that. I know I need to fix it. So I'm really, really going to try to go into this just, like, completely open-minded about the characters. And I have heard really good things, especially from friends that have read it, friends that I trust their book reviews. They've said really good things about the series so far, so I think I'm gonna like it. Last one was Divine Rivals. Okay, I have been seeing this book all over Book Talk, Bookstagram, now BookTube. I've been seeing this book for over a year, seeing people talk about it, review it, do reading vlogs with it, and I'm always like, I just don't know. Something has always stopped me from picking it up when I go somewhere where there's books. I don't know why. I don't know what is going on with the hair, but we're gonna take it for now because I need to wash my hair or figure out like a DIY dry shampoo. I digress. Never picked it up. I went to Heartleaf and it was there and it like looked me in my eyes, and I said, okay, well, we made eye contact now and that's awkward. So I feel like I can't leave here without this. And I did a couple of rounds before picking it up, and then I picked it up. And I really hope I like it. I can't remember. Bear with me just a second. Okay, sorry. I had to look it up because it's kind of like a new mutual of mine that I have made here on BookTube. But her name is Sincerely Sarah, and I will tag her below because she did kind of like a reading vlog of Divine Rivals. And I think that was what it was. I think I watched that, like, I don't know. I feel like it's been a couple of weeks now, but I have no concept of time. But I watched that, and then when I went to Heartleaf and Divine Rivals looked me in my beady ass eyes, I was like, okay, well, that's the universe telling me that I need to take this book home. So I'm gonna take a book home because one thing about me and the universe is we're not that close. We're not that cool. So I don't like to do anything that'll set that off because next thing you know, my life is in shambles and my life don't need no help. So I picked it up and I'm really excited and I hope that I love it. It's a YA fantasy, I believe. And I know it has something to do with like war and letters, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, to be 100% honest, because I have a tendency to like read the back of books and then I completely forget what they're about 5 seconds later. So I don't actually know what this is about. Sorry, there's like a thing on my phone and I'm recording on my phone and I looked over and I was like, what's that? I have the attention span of a small child. I think my kid actually has a better attention span than I do. Anyways, I will be reading this at some point too. So that's my book haul. That's a book review from Mistborn. She's down here. I'm pointing to her. I'm not moving the books. And the anime that I'm watching. And yeah, that's my little talkative ass update about what I'm reading, what I'm watching, my little book hauls. Oh, and then my Orbit book. I'm really excited about that. I really like the books that I have read so far from Orbit. So I was really excited when I found out that was coming because I have informed delivery. Thank you so much, Sam. So yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys for the next video. I'm done talking your ear off. I'm so sorry. I know. I hope you guys play me in 2 times. Actually, I hope not. I hope you listen to me in regular speed because I play everything in 2 times. I don't know why I was about to cuss y'all out. I play everything in 2 times, so I can't say anything to anybody. Anyways, I will see you guys for the next video. Happy reading.